Hello, welcome to the Franklin Park. It's working, right? We're working on the technical aspect. Is it working? Okay, bye. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Franklin Park Arts Center Start Lunch with the Arts. I'm Stephanie, and I'm with the children's theater company Fizzical Fairytales. And unfortunately, we cannot meet in the theater right now. So I thought the next best thing is to take you backstage with us, sort of. Now, we've got all kinds of shows in the works, stories that we take and we try to make ready to show you on a stage. And I thought maybe you'd find it interesting to see how we put these shows together. And one of the most fun parts for me, anyway, is to build the characters that we bring to you on stage. Now, today is Cinco de Mayo. It's a very special day for Mexico, and people all around the world now celebrate it. Back in 1862, a very small and not well-equipped Mexican army defeated a French invading army that was twice as big as they were. And this victory brought lots of national pride to Mexico, made them very proud to be Mexicans, and gave them a lot of faith in their country. And to this day, we celebrate that. I don't have any Mexican stories, but I am working on a story that takes place in Spain. Now, Spain also has a relationship with Mexico. Long before Cinco de Mayo, Spain invaded Mexico and took over and displaced the Aztecs. So it's not a very nice way that they met. But now, in the 21st century, Mexico and Spain are friends again. And they share a lot in common. They share a language, Spanish, and they share bullfighting as a cultural event that they both love. Now, many people don't love bullfighting, and there are lots of animal rights organizations trying to keep the bulls from being abused that way. And the story that I have to tell you today is about a young bull in Spain who also doesn't like to fight at all. Do you know what story I'm talking about? The story of Ferdinand. That's right. Or El cuento de Ferdinando. And I'd love to introduce you to some of the characters that we're trying to create for this story. Now, first of all, Ferdinand has a mother. And what kind of animal is the mother of a bull? A cow. Now, I think I should very much like to be the cow. I think if I lower my voice and I could sound like a mother cow. I could also use this cowbell, this prop, to help. Why don't you run and play with the other bulls and skip and butt your head? ¿Por qué no corres y juegas con los otros toritos? ¿Por qué no saltas y topetas la cabeza? Do you think I could make a good mother cow? Well, I need to do a little bit more work on it, obviously. Now, in the story of Ferdinand, there are other characters. For example, a bunch of men called men in funny hats. Now, these men in funny hats go around the country looking for the fiercest, toughest, biggest, scariest bull they can find so that they can take him for the next big bullfight. And these men in funny hats, I could certainly get all kinds of hats, or I could use a special theatrical art form called chapography. And chapography is a word that comes from chapeau, which in French means hat. And in chapography, we use a felt ring, a simple felt ring to make all different sorts of hats. So I think it's a little hard to show you on the screen. I'm not trying to hide it, but I could pull two corners of this ring up like this and create a very silly hat for one of my men in funny hats. Looks something like a canoe. What do you think? Is it silly enough for one of my men in funny hats? Another thing I could do with this ring is just pull the front part through, like this. And what do you think of that? Is that silly? Like a fisherman's rain hat, maybe? Or even just fold this down for someone who really needs some shade from the sun. Another kind of hat I can create with this ring might be, let's say one of the men in funny hats forgot his hat at home and had to use his cereal bowl. Oh, another fun one to do with a clip. As you saw, I was using a clothes clip. We could do this kind of a hat as well. There we are. Ole. Anyway, we can create a lot of different characters using shapography. The other kinds of characters we create, we just use puppets we already have around the house. For example, in this story, it's very important that we have a bee. Bzzz. I won't tell you why, that's giving the story away, but we will use this big bee puppet for that part of the story. Now, my favorite puppet is one that I made, and this is Ferdinand. 1 minute. Here he is. There's his face. I got a small ring for his nose. I might need to get a bigger one. There are his legs, his tail, and he has a string in the middle. See? Now, I made Ferdinand with poster board, lots of glue, felt of 3 different colors. I even found some fuzzy felt so he could have a little hair on the top of his head, and pipe cleaners to hold the legs together. Now, again, this is a work in progress, so I'm not sure yet exactly how I'm going to bring Ferdinand to life. I may make him into a marionette and control him by strings or sticks, or again, I need to play with him and see what works best. Now, what I have done is, if you look in the comments on the Facebook page, or if you get the newsletter, or you can even contact Franklin Park Arts Center directly, you can get a pattern to make your own little paper bull. Here's an example of one. I did it in 2 different colors of blue paper so you could see all the different parts. And I tied his joints and things together just with a needle and thread. And what I really would like to hear is that some of you created these bull puppets at home, maybe with other people in your house, and even put on little performances of Ferdinand the Bull, or stories that you make up yourself using such a little puppet. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about how Fizzical Fairytales puts together the characters that we bring to you on stage. And I do hope that sometime very soon, we'll see you in the theater, and maybe we'll all enjoy Ferdinand the Bull on stage together. Thank you so much. Have fun with your shows inside. Bye-bye.